Steven,
Yes.
are we early?
No, we're perfectly on time. I apologize, by the way. We're filming a music video today, so.
Oh, see, that's so not what we thought.
That is so worth being late.
Yeah, we thought you were getting laid.
Oh, well, no. Too tired right now.
Too tired, he says. All right, everybody.
Too tired.
This is Stephen Nathan from the band Don't Believe in Ghosts.
So there
What's
ghosts in your
happening?
video?
No, there are none.
I just thought I'd ask. I thought maybe it was one of those backwards things, you know.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's not. But it's more about, the ghosts in your past and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
Now that was actually the first question I have. It's usually the cookie cutter question is, how did you come up with the name for your band?
Yeah. You know what? I'm not totally sure. I was working on new music. I had stepped away from another project that I was in, and to me it felt like there's a lot of false truths going around in the world today, and that was part of it too. And I also felt like it's not looking back on the ghosts of your past and moving forward.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Thanks.
That's we kind of just need to learn from it and move on.
Yep.
So
Of course.
cool.
All right. So when did this band form?
About 2 years ago, I put my old project on hiatus and started writing a bunch of songs. Wasn't totally sure what it was going to be for, but I knew I wanted to, try something different, do something different. Wrote about 30 songs in 2 months, and then at which point I decided that this was going to be, Don't Believe in Ghosts, and wrote another 30 songs, after that, and kind of just, put the record together. And yeah, it's been a...
All right. So would you call it, with your first release here, is this going to be an EP or a full-length album?
This is, the debut album is a full-length record.
All right, now, this is a question I always forget to ask other artists. Now, when it comes to the actual track listing for an album, do you guys determine the order that, they're going to be put on the CD, or is that by the label, or just, random draw, or how is that picked?
That was entirely me deciding that, and then going back and forth with the people that I worked with on this and saying, how does that feel? How does that feel? And I definitely second-guessed it a million times, as to what it would be. So I certainly got suggestions and kind of built it around that. And in fact, I got to the end of laying it out, and certain songs weren't working. And because I had written so many songs for this, I was able to leave certain ones off and replace them with other songs that fit better in the context of the full record.
Oh, okay.
Now, for the record, were you going for a certain theme and you wanted all the songs kind of to be related to this theme? Were you going for, kind of each song kind of telling a story, and just that's what the whole album's about, is just these one song leading to another? Was there any of that kind of thought process?
No, I wish I could say that there was, when I was writing it, it really was just about trying to discover new sounds, trying to create things that I felt were interesting. Always, like I've always talked about things that are, personal to me, or experiences I lived through, and, things that I think other people would relate to. So, it's kind of like that. And then in the end, after laying it all out, I stopped and looked back and I said, hey, this is kind of like a concept album, loosely, like it is. Because of all the things going through at the time, it all does kind of, come together in that sort of way.
Cool.
Just
Now, you
ended up
mentioned
becoming like that.
Now you mentioned you were shooting a video. Can you tell us what song you're shooting this video for?
Guys, I'm really sorry. For some reason, it seems you guys are breaking up. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear us now?
I hear you now, yeah.
All right. So let me ask, the video you said you were shooting. Now, can you tell us what song that video is for?
Yeah, we're shooting a video. It's basically all weekend. It's for a song called "I Want Nothing" off the record.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, that's not the song I chose for tonight's King of the Hill. But hey, no, that's awesome though, because I have. Let's just say you caught my attention with the first song that I listened to, and I was just completely surprised by it. And I was like, "Hey, this isn't too bad." It kind of rolled, and and that was the song "Slow Down."
Oh, awesome! You know what? To be honest, that's going to be the first single.
Excellent.
That's going out to alternative radio. That's going to be the first single. And it's funny. Like normally you make the video for the first single, but like I felt like visually this was something else that we wanted to do. And we'll make a video for Slow Down also, probably, but that's going to be the first single.
Will you make sure it has a stop sign in it? Or
we don't
a
want you
yield?
to stop, we just want you to slow down.
Or a yield, then. Okay, there
Maybe
you go.
a yellow
Yield.
light.
Oh, yes, a yellow light.
Yeah, yield.
You drive up to an intersection and it's a solid yellow.
Yeah.
We'll produce
Question,
your
actually,
video
maybe-
for you.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Maybe you can help me. What did you get out of the song? Like, what connected with you? Because a lot of people have said that about that song. So what was it in it that connected?
You know what? Honestly, this probably isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. But when I was listening to it, it honestly took me back to like 1987, Flock of Seagulls.
Awesome.
Okay.
And that's how I relate it, because I pictured that song, or maybe, no, I'm sorry, not 1987, 1984 or 5. Honestly, I pictured this song being in The Breakfast Club. The whole
That's
theme
great.
of it and everything. And it seemed, I know it sounds weird, but that's the way I pictured it. And I'm like, holy shit, this is not what I was expecting.
Well, you know what? That's good company because that soundtrack is amazing.
It is. And so, but
that's a classic.
that's what, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, holy shit, Flock of Seagulls. And then, I lumped it in with Breakfast Club. I don't know how I got those two related, but
Flock of Seagulls didn't have a song in Breakfast Club, right?
I'm aware of that.
That was Simple Minds.
Sure.
Okay.
But that's what I related. And I was just like, this is kind of cool. And it totally threw me off of the anticipation of what I thought it would be. Because I saw the name.
What did you think? Yeah.
I saw the name Don't Believe in Ghosts, and I was thinking, I guess I was relating it to more like a heavier metal and, something thrashing and super hard, and I was totally surprised by it. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of refreshing. And so I actually really enjoyed it.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. The heavier bands, they believe in ghosts. You know what I mean?
There's that.
There is that.
It's like they believe in that stuff.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
One of our listeners wants to know if you can get him a good deal on a Nathan hot dog.
Yeah, just go in, say that I said that I sent you, and they'll give you half off.
There you go,
There you
Joker.
go.
Joker, you fool.
Tell them to get 2. Now they're half off. 2 for 1.
There you go, Joker. 2 for 1. He does like swallowing that dog.
Really?
Hey, he's a 36-year-old virgin. I got to give him shit for something.
I know. Anywho.
All right, so let me ask you, Steven. How old are you?
I am 35.
Wow, he's actually an adult.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's like
Adult rock.
Adult rock.
adult rock. But the way I see it is, most of these bands, okay, they say 18, you're an adult, but it's like they still act like, itty bitty kids in diapers until they're like 30. Then you become an adult. No,
Speak for yourself.
I didn't say I was.
Yeah, you were pretty infantile until a couple years ago.
Exactly. I still try to be. But my wife, my wife has
You gotta stay young.
forced me to be an adult at times. Don't look at me like that,
I
baby.
encourage you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Encourage.
I don't force anything. I'm extremely encouraging and supportive.
Yes, especially with refried beans.
Eat a fucking bean. It's not going to kill you.
It may. But anyway, all right. So, Steven, what do you like to do in your downtime? Do you have like a day job, or do you play video games, or what do you do?
I don't even know what downtime is, to be totally honest with you. I mean, I'm always working on something. It's funny because as we're leaving the video shoot, somebody was like, "This doesn't feel like a Saturday," and I'm like, I don't even, like, there's no difference for me between a Saturday and a Monday. Like, I'm always working on stuff. So I actually direct music videos for other bands.
Okay.
You know, I'm always, working in music and doing stuff. So, this is the life. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, so do you have like? So you're up in New York, right?
Yeah, New York City.
Oh, you're actually in New York City. That's
Yep.
cool. So, do you have like a particular place that you prefer? Do you have like a studio that you prefer to shoot the videos in, or do you try to go to like different locations, or Ooh, I gotta turn that down. I forgot to do that. So,
I mean, yeah, it depends on the project. When I'm shooting videos for other bands and stuff, it depends on the project. We'll go to certain spaces or we'll go to studios and stuff. And, as far as myself, it's, whatever it's called for. And I have a recording studio of my own. I recorded most of the stuff on this record and wrote it, recorded it, and performed it mostly by myself.
Okay.
And, I have a couple of people that I work with, here and there, and send ideas back and forth, and and I mixed it all myself. So, I'm one of those people that likes to be working and likes to be doing something, But hobbies, like, I do like to surf, but I haven't surfed in probably 2 years. So.
Wait, is there good surfing off in New York City? I mean, it just doesn't seem like there'd be good surfing right there.
There's surfing. There's surfing. It's not necessarily good.
Okay, what about
But
off
you
of
can get
Long
out there.
Island?
Yeah, well, we'd go out to Long Island, go to Long Beach, and you can get like 2 or 3 foot waves sometimes, and it's enough to make it fun,
Okay.
Interesting. All right, so here's a question that always seems to throw every guest off: morning, noon, or night?
Oh, that was...
Morning.
Really? You're a morning guy. Interesting.
I'm not.
It's exciting, I like morning. You guys, you got to think about it. Do you ever get up early to catch a flight? Now, it sucks,
I have.
but like when when I've done it, like I'm always like, whenever I get, and that's like super early, because my morning's normally like, like 8:30, 9. But when I do get up and catch a flight, like a super early flight, it's awesome. It's like I look around at the world and there's nobody there, but it's like light out. It's not that nighttime nobody there, and it's like it's the world, but it's your world. It's really cool.
Well, I can.
I feel that way at 2 a.m. before I go to bed.
There you go. I have to say, my first ever flight was, I had to be at the airport through security at like 5:30 in the morning, and so I'm like completely panic stricken. And this was last year, by the way.
Yeah, his first flight.
That was your first flight?
I was 42 on my first
and
flight.
I forced him to, and I encouraged him.
No, she had it right the first time.
I encouraged him.
My first flight at 42, I was scared to death. I wasn't sure what to expect. I arrived like 3 hours early. Got through security, and security for a Friday was fucking busy as shit at that point. And so I didn't know what to expect. I was panic stricken. I'm going through, and I'm just, my heart is racing at 100 miles an hour the entire time before I get on the plane. And I'm talking to the Queen here, my wife, and we're just going back and forth until I was told I had to put my phone on airplane mode.
And he took the best picture of himself sitting in the seat, right after he got on the plane, and he's sitting in the seat. He took this fantastic, oh my goodness, what the hell did I get myself into look on his face. It was awesome.
Oh, that's great. Where did you fly to? How far of a flight was it?
I went from Detroit to Dallas.
DFW. It's about a 2.5 hour flight.
Yeah. That's a good first flight.
Yeah, I don't know. Every little bump scared the hell out of me. I thought we were going down.
He's not a fan of turbulence, unlike my daughter who thinks turbulence is a blast.
See, I've been afraid of heights my entire life. So, to me, this was like the ultimate no way. But, I ended up getting on there, and it wasn't horrible. And it's actually gotten easier since. Except, I think not this last flight, but the flight before was probably the most intense. I actually, we went to Michigan to see my kids. First time with my wife and my stepdaughter. There was a lot of turbulence, and my stepdaughter just looked over me, and she's like, "Isn't this fun? Woo! Woo!" And I just wanted to choke her. I wanted to reach over and just,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, my daughter just turned 16, by the way.
But, she's been on so many flights, it obviously doesn't faze her. But to me, I was still new, and it was just...
Yeah.
But, so, let's see, you don't have any downtime. Do you have a day job?
Directing videos for other people.
I work... Yeah, I do music videos. I also help out. I work with a label called Imagine Records, and I, work with them. Morgan Rose from Seven Dust who runs the label, and I'm actually headed to see him right now. I'm driving to Seven Dust happens to be on Long Island tonight, so I'm headed to see them right now. So, yeah,
cool,
excellent,
yeah,
very cool.
Now, have you guys actually played some gigs already, or is this?
Yeah, we did it. We did a bunch of gigs. We had released an EP last year, and then we did a bunch of stuff around the area, and then but the big launch is going to be, this week we're doing our album release party in New York City at Webster Hall.
Oh, excellent.
Okay,
yeah,
Webster
so
Hall, is that
that.
okay, I've actually never been to New York City. My daughter went last summer, but I've never been there. So is Webster Hall kind of like a cool place to go? Is that where you want to be seen? Is that kind of,
it's the place that I wanted to have this release at because of a lot of those reasons, and I have a great relationship with the club, and a lot of artists that I respect play there. So it's
cool.
definitely a very, very cool place. Yeah,
excellent.
it's great.
Now,
I wish you guys could fly in for it.
Oh, that
When
would
is
be
it?
awesome.
Let's get you on a flight.
Yeah, let's get you on a flight to New York.
Honestly, I don't have a problem with that anymore. I don't. Flying, I'm okay with flying now. Over land. I actually told the Queen not too long ago that, as long as she is with me, I'd be willing to fly over a body of water if need be.
I've actually never flown over a body of water other than lakes and stuff.
But if that were to be a possibility to go and actually see one of the bands that we have interviewed, that would be absolutely spectacular.
Definitely.
Yeah, it would be awesome to have you guys.
When is it again?
Well, maybe we'll get out that way too. It's our release show is on Wednesday.
Yeah, we can't make it Wednesday. I have to work. I have this thing called a 9-to-5 job. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got the cakewalk one.
I get the cake. Yeah, I don't know. I got two VPs fighting with each other. There's egos and.
But you don't work 75 hours a week.
I would if they'd let me, but they won't let me.
Yeah, they won't let, or they want me to all the time.
Well, if you come to the DFW, here, this is the standing invitation that I give to everybody. You come to DFW, the door's always open, we'll have a barbecue, have some fun. If you need to crash on the couch, you can crash on the couch. So.
And that's not just for you, that's for the whole band.
Yeah.
That's
Whoever's
great,
in your entourage.
So how many are in the
I
band?
appreciate that. That's awesome. The band is, I got 4 guys, 3 other guys that I'm playing with right now, that have been part of the live shows and, have played some stuff on the record and, I've kind of putting input into stuff and it's feeling good playing with them right now. So, I mean, ultimately it's my project that I've kind of put together here.
Okay.
So, but I'm feeling good with the people that I'm playing with, so it's good.
Excellent.
Super important.
No, that is.
it's a hard
I truly believe that.
What was that?
It is a hard thing to find to make it fun,
Yeah. So this project you put together, is this something you've wanted to do for a few years and didn't really find the opportunity, or was it something that kind of developed over the, like you said, last couple of years or whatever, or a couple of years before that you're like, hey, this is a direction I want to go now?
Yeah, so like my old band, we were on the road for 3 years pretty much straight, and we were out there. And we got back from tour, and when you're out on the road that long, you're not doing one of my favorite things in the world, and that's, being creative and writing and recording. That's my favorite. That's why I do it. So you're not doing that. So when we got back, it was kind of like, hey guys, let's write. And everybody kind of missed their family, been away for so long, so they wanted to take a break for a while. And, and that's it. And it just led to this out of necessity to keep creating and to create the next thing. And, it just happened organically. So it's been right.
That's cool. That's cool.
Feels good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, what is the worst thing that has ever happened to you on stage?
There was a show where, some dude came up streaking on the stage completely naked.
Riddler, was that you?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the worst. I think the worst. To be honest, I've been pretty lucky. So knock on wood. I've chipped my tooth while singing and had the microphone smack me in the mouth, and that stuns you. Aside from
You're not supposed to swallow it. It's not a blowjob. You got to keep it away from your mouth a little bit.
Yeah, well, this smacked me right in the tooth and took a nice chunk of tooth off. And that happened a bunch of times, so it happens.
Maybe you need to put some kind of guard around the microphone. One of those big old screens I used to see on one of those old mics.
You're
one
right.
of those big old screens on it.
Yeah.
Either that or you can wear like a face mask.
Like a hockey mask.
There you go. You can be Jason on stage.
All right. Now let's do the opposite. What's one of the best things that have happened to you on stage? Have you had any women like throw undergarments at you?
That's only what you think would be a good time on stage.
Yeah, honestly, the greatest moments for me are, I think, the first show that we played, Don't Believe in Ghosts, and having put my last band on hiatus and walking away and doing this, and looking out and seeing the first show we played, people didn't know the songs, and to see all those people show up was probably, and to be there and to support was probably one of the most amazing things. And I think, for me, the best stage experiences are like Dr. Fink from Prince and the Revolution. He flew in to play with us at our premiere show. And it's stuff like that is yeah, and he's a good friend, and it's to be able to share the stage with people like that is just too cool, stuff like that is amazing. And, big venues that we played and stuff like that, I love that stuff. That's what it's all about.
Excellent.
Now, is there somebody that you would be like, this is my dream come true, I would love to play with this person on stage? Do you have one of those?
Well, Prince would have been, that.
Oh, yeah.
Prince would have been that. And just to sit there and even, just to be a part of anything that he was doing would have been amazing. But yeah, I mean, anybody who's creative and inspiring me at the moment, I would play with. That's what it's all about.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like a huge Prince fan. I mean, I loved his music, obviously, and I followed some of his songs and things like that. But I've kind of over the years I've learned different things. Like I learned the songs that I loved that he wrote were sung by different people, and this whole vault of songs that have never been recorded, and it's just and then just the different things I've heard since his passing. It's like, this man who pretty much kept it pretty much to himself as much as he could for being as popular as he was an extremely talented, creative, generous human being. And, it'd be awesome if more people were like that.
Indeed.
For sure.
All right, Stephen, let me ask you here. Okay, on your Facebook page, you have a couple of different dates here. Your profile pic for the band says Wednesday, June 28th, and then the cover photo says arriving June 30th. Now, which one is correct?
Yeah. Well, they're both sort of correct. The album arrives for everybody on June 30th.
Okay.
The album release party is going to be on the 28th, and anybody who comes down to the party can get the record at that point.
Nice.
That's what he was just telling us was going on Wednesday. That's Wednesday.
Yeah, but everybody else, I mean, it'll be on, it'll be all over the place on Friday. And I can't even tell you how excited I am for people to hear this.
No, that'll be awesome. Like I said, I've been listening to a couple of the tracks that you sent me. Like I said, I got stuck on Slow Down because of the sound. It just took me back, and I had to keep listening to it. But so I'm excited for you. I think you're going to do very well in tonight's King of the Hill.
Definitely.
So
and feel free to vote for yourself.
Yes,
your band
by all
help
means.
Vote for you, themselves as well. We encourage that.
But you can find them on Facebook at DBI Ghost. You can also find them on Twitter at
something.
Where I just had it. Oh, DBI Ghosts. So that seems to be the regular DBI Ghosts. You can find them. I don't know if they're on any other platform. If you could elaborate on that.
Well, Instagram, but Instagram actually is Don't Believe in Ghosts, the word itself. And then the website is don'tbelievinghosts.com.
Excellent. And like I said, on our King of the Hill tonight, which we're going to play a little bit later on because we do have 2 more interviews tonight. Because we try to jam-pack as much awesome shit in as we can.
Because we're just that awesome.
Indeed. We love to promote
this stuff.
You guys
are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you having me on. This is great.
Well, we try to go, out of the comfort zone, because obviously you're gonna be expecting some of the cookie cutter questions.
We do have to ask one or 2 of those
every once in a while.
Well, you got to find out about the band because they are here promoting the band and the music.
Exactly. But we like to ask some off the wall questions. That's why in the email I say, hey, let us know if there's any off-limit topics, because I actually write those down because we drink like fish. And we may forget it unless I have it written down and say, oh, hey, baby, we can't talk about this.
Yeah. Speaking of drinking, do you have a drink of choice?
Alcohol
or non-alcohol, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, lately I am a green tea guy.
What? Is it the ginseng?
Yeah.
Green tea is actually really good for you.
Yeah, I was a huge coffee drinker for a long time. I mean, it was like nonstop coffee. And I decided, you know what, it's time to put a stop to that. Nothing's going to control me. And I moved to the green tea, and I love it.
See,
I love it.
I can't drink green tea by itself, so I usually mix it in with, like, regular tea. No, I don't mix it in with vodka.
Rum?
No.
Sorry.
Okay. So I usually do, like, a half and half of green tea and, like, black tea. Just a regular tea, like a regular iced tea. Just because racist. I can't drink green tea by itself.
That's racist. You're all about the black guy. I'm feeling.
I'm promoting the black guy.
I'm feeling very threatened right now.
Are you worried about your cock size or something?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but you know
sorry.
what? I got to tell you, you got that very, very strong radio voice, so you got nothing to worry about. Ladies love that.
That's what he's told me for years.
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried.
Ladies love the radio voice.
All right. Well, Steven, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show with us tonight.
Is there anything you would like to say that we did not touch on today?
No, I mean, I would just love a shot for people to listen to the record and, you know, listen with an open mind. And I'd love to hear from people who listen to it and see what they thought. That would
Well,
be amazing.
Like I said, Slow Down is the song I have chosen for tonight's King of the Hill. And probably tomorrow when I have some time, I will probably upload as many of the songs that you have given me to our station for everybody to listen to.
Awesome.
And-
I appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem at all. And there is one more thing we would like you for... Well, wow.
Want to try that again?
Maybe I need to drink more. Hold on.
Is my dyslexia catching on to you?
It is. All right. All right. There is one more thing we would like to ask from you for.
Yeah,
Wow.
of course.
Fuck. Would you fucking say? would you just say who you are, what band you're from, and that you are listening to Hellcast Radio?
This is Steve Nathan with Don't Believe in Ghosts, and you're listening to Hellcast Radio.
Fucking spectacular.
Well, at least, you know, he figured out what you were trying to say.
I know, I fucking stumbled all over that one. And that's only our first interview. Wow. Can you imagine what's going to happen in a couple hours?
You might want to tune in to see what happens.
I know, right?
It's awesome.
All right, Steven,
guys
it has
are
been a
great.
pleasure
Thank you so
talking to you,
much.
sir.
Yes, and you have
You
a
too, guys.
wonderful night, and enjoy Long Beach, Long Island, or whatever it is over there.
Wrong coast, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
By
Thank you guys so much.
By all means, keep in touch with us, sir.
Please.
I definitely will.
All right. Have a wonderful evening.
Take care, guys. Thank you so
All right,
much.
later. Bye.
Bye.